And we're going to go live to a press conference taking place right now. This is outside where the standoff's been taking place all afternoon. We're going to listen in.
I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. Please bear in mind that there are a lot of things that I still do not know right now. Investigators will be working well into the night on this, including the scene investigation behind me.
The woman that you guys encountered at the beginning, was she outside when investigators got here? Was she inside? How did that go, and is she in custody?
We believe that she was in and around the front door inside the home. They began a dialogue there with her. I believe that she is still talking to investigators. It would be speculation if she has done anything wrong whatsoever. Hopefully that conversation continues.
So do you believe the gunshot was self-inflicted?
That would be the only explanation right now. However, we're going to require an autopsy to determine that.
So police believe that the deceased male was the one that fired shots initially?
That is what we believe at this point in time. Again, we have a lot of investigation to do, both at the scene for physical evidence, but as well as interviews of those investigators that were present at the time that happened.
It sounded like negotiators were saying that they were calling a cell phone. Was that the victim's cell phone that they were calling inside?
You would have to be more specific. What victim?
The victim in Spanish Lake homicide.
I do not believe that's going to be the case, no.
Okay, so there was just somebody's cell phone that was inside?
It was a phone that we had good information that was present inside the home.
Can you talk about any connection to the suspect in this house? Is this his house? Was this the girl's house that was initially there?
No, I don't believe this is going to be his house, and I don't have a whole lot of clarity on his ties to that residence at this point in time. That's something our detectives will evaluate, though, as the night goes on.
Could you just recap, you responded here originally, you said you thought it was connected to the homicide that happened on Christmas. Recap what happened again. I didn't hear the first part of that.
So detectives were furthering that investigation that led them here to this single-family residence in the 7100 block of Edison. As they were trying to contact the occupants of that home, what we believe, the suspect shot at them. They proceeded to retreat out of that home. They took the female that they were engaging with and set up containment. It's also worth noting that none of our folks used any type of force in this incident. We have no known injuries of any kind, whether that's to our personnel or any other citizens or neighbors.
Was there any return fire when they started getting fired on?
No, our officers did not use force of any kind.
So we're not sure that this is Timothy Brown, right?
It would be premature to identify this person without that scientific means available and a proper next of kin notification to the deceased loved ones.
At this point, are you guys still searching for Timothy Brown?
That's a good question. It will depend very much on how the rest of the night goes.
Can you talk about how sad this is? 3 lives lost, essentially, in Christmas Day shooting. Well,
we've had a particularly violent week in what's otherwise a very cold, supposedly holiday season. I don't know. I think, unfortunately, our region's kind of becoming numb to it. And if you really want to be discouraged, we need to start talking more about aggravated assaults with firearms. I don't know if it's good luck, bad aim, or medical advancements, but we have had a strong uptick in those aggravated assaults. And each one of those should be looked at as an attempted murder, because that's exactly what it is. Someone trying to inflict serious physical injury or death upon another.
You guys were in another neighborhood earlier today. Something brought you here. Did you receive a lot of tips in this case?
Well, Crime Stoppers is a valuable resource that we'll use anytime that we can. Our region's very fortunate to have that at our disposal. I believe that the case from Christmas Day is compelling, and it reached a lot of people.
Wesley, are you planning to say anything? You want?
Not saying you're comfortable with me pulling on that. You know, first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers are with Sharice and Aaliyah, obviously, and all their family members and loved ones. You know, these kind of tragedies, they stick with you. We were there. We responded as well with law enforcement on Christmas night, and it's just terrible to see to imagine that someone could do that to someone, especially a child. And it's also important for us to be here because we want to make certain that we're here to support their investigation in this matter, issuing search warrants and anything else that they would need. And so, yeah, this is a tragedy, and
Your office filed warrants for Timothy Brown. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison just a few years ago. Do you have any understanding of why he was already out? Was he on parole?
you know, early release decisions aren't made by our office; those are made by Missouri Department of Corrections. And I know this case was, I guess, initiated some years ago, and so I don't know the details of why the release would happen. But he wasn't in on any. My understanding is he wasn't incarcerated on any case that involved 8 felonies, which will require 85%. And so I'm not going to question any decisions that were made, but obviously those aren't made in our office.
Thanks, everyone.
You have been listening to a live press conference with St. Louis County Police and the county prosecuting attorney regarding Timothy Brown. They are saying that standoff in Velda City all afternoon, when they got inside, they found a body. They believe it is self-inflicted. They are not saying for sure, but it is believed that it is possibly Timothy Brown, who was charged today with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the Christmas Day killings of Sharice Garvin, his ex-girlfriend. She's the mother of 3 children. She was pregnant. She was shot and killed along with her 2-year-old daughter, Aaliyah Butler, on Christmas Day. A manhunt ensued for the suspect, Brown, and it ended in a standoff tonight. And we're just hearing that a body has been found inside that home in Velda City. We'll continue to follow this and have the very latest at 10.